My name's Dehya. I'm the merc you hired. So, what you got for me? A commission, a fight, armed escort? Whatever it is, you know where to find me. We mercs have one simple rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss. The desert's a tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything. What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you. My people are used to the desert life, but still, I hope that one day they'll be able to find an oasis of their own and leave the sandstorms behind for a better life. According to some of the older eremites, it does actually rain in the desert on occasion, and when it does, it's always a lot heavier than this. Man, this thunder is loud. They won't hear us coming. Or vice versa. Are you kidding me? This is even colder than the nights in the desert. Sun's out, guns out. Just sucks that I got so much work to do. Wind's picking up. Let's play it safe and pitch camp downwind of our target. Stay close. No going off on your own. The desert doesn't take prisoners. Ready to roll? Good. Then let's pack up and move out. Where did the morning go? All right, as soon as I see a good spot, I'll set up the stove and cook us some lunch. You're still working at this hour? Ugh, and I thought we mercs had it tough. It's late. Go get some rest. I'll take the night watch. The Eremites is just a title. Any mercenary in Sumeru can call themselves a member. Sadly, you get some mercs throwing the term around to take advantage of outlanders who don't know any better. We've got those jerks to thank for the increasingly abysmal reputation we have these days. Kusela was his name. As a merc, he had a slapdash way of working, and a whole lot of bravado. But he also saved me from the desert, and did whatever he could to pass on to me everything he had. Without him, I wouldn't be who I am today. Your recent feats have been doing the rounds, you know. In my brigade alone, a lot of people have been talking about the things you've achieved. I've even had several people ask me if I can introduce them to you. Friends? I don't know. After everything we've been through, all the battles we faced together, somehow friends just doesn't quite do it justice. I think, yeah, comrades in arms sums it up best for me. The bond we share can only be forged in the heat of battle. It's one of the most unbreakable bonds there is. How's my life changed since getting my vision? Well, obviously it gives me an extra edge in battle, but honestly, the biggest thing for me is that it's helped me bring a few more mercs into the Blazing Beasts. You know Ajilenak nuts, right? I used to go crazy for them as a kid, but my dad was the worst at shelling them. He'd just hack them to pieces with his knife, leaving a bunch of inedible mush behind. In the end, he'd salvage what he could by scraping pieces of the flesh off the shell, then mixing it with some milk and calling it porridge. I do miss the taste of that porridge sometimes. And I miss that old nutcracker, too. A lot of people see the red vulture as an omen of death and disaster, because it feeds on the carcasses of the dead. But the way it soars high above the desert, I've always seen it as a symbol of the tenacity of life. I wonder what the Great Red Sand looks like from all the way up there. The one that got away. I came this close to doing a job for that guy. A contact put us in touch. I was supposed to be his guide through the desert for some kind of investigation. But then it got canceled out of the blue. No idea why. Wait, actually, I think there was something about him not being good with the heat. I'm not sure, but it could have been that. You know, I always thought the Academia's worst were just a bunch of greedy dogs, each fighting for their slice of the pie. Nope. Turns out they were a vicious pack of wolves who betrayed the whole nation. If you want my opinion, Lesser Lord Kusanali was too good to them. Those animals didn't deserve her mercy. She should have broken every single bone in their bodies. Instead, they got a nice little vacation in the rainforest. To say they got off lightly is just putting it mildly. Ah, Candace. I love her to bits. But she can be as stubborn as a sumpter beast sometimes. I keep telling her she ought to cut herself some slack, take some time off, maybe go take a walk around Sumeru City, buy herself some nice new clothes or jewelry. But she always says the same old thing. She can't bear to leave the village unprotected. I don't know how many times she's turned me down now. If I really can't persuade her, I guess I'll just have to watch the village for her sometime and get one of my Eremite girls to take her shopping. He offered me a position in the academia once. I declined. Working in a place like that would bore me to death. He, on the other hand, is exactly the kind of person I can imagine working there. Always talking in long, convoluted sentences and in that snooty tone. The General Mahamatra? Doesn't suffer fools gladly, and certainly doesn't beat around the bush. Having seen the way he works, he gets a thumbs up from me. Now that the whole saga with the academia is over, I guess she can finally dance as much as she wants. She offered me some of her face powder last time I saw her, but I didn't have the time to go fetch it. So I told her to give it to Candace instead. I wonder how she's liking it. I need to go check sometime. Ah, the famous merchant. I've heard that her prices aren't cheap. But is it true that she can get a hold of anything you want? Then I should start talking to her, 'cause some of the supplies we mercs need are impossible to get anywhere else on the market, no matter what you're willing to pay. Ah, the sleepy girl. Yeah, I think I remember her. I ran into her once at an oasis on the outskirts of the desert. She was out with some group from the academia doing astronomical observations or something. I wasn't really paying attention. Huh? Candace? What now? Emissary from the stars? The heck is that all about? Almost sounds like she didn't wake up before getting out of bed. I've lived around Eremites my whole life. As a little girl, I had a wooden sword for a toy. Everyone I knew growing up was either a merc or on their way to becoming one. And even the bowls we ate our meals from were carved by mercenary blades. After an upbringing like that, it'd be more surprising if I didn't become a merc when I grew up, right? Where do I feel like I belong? No idea. I've never thought about that sort of thing before. If I had to pick, I've lived most of my life in the desert, so I guess that makes me a desert dweller. Being a merc is tough. The work itself is one thing, but the worst part is trying to get your client to pay you after you finish the job. The Academia's top of my list. They're pretty straightforward. The Adventurers Guild isn't too bad either, but trading merchants can be a total nightmare. They're always telling me that their funds are tied up, so cash is tight, yada yada. Just a few more days, they say. If cash is so tight, how'd you pay for that big pile of goods on your cart, The academia have taken a kinder view of us since everything that went down. I heard that they even released a ton of new regulations to support the desert folk. It'd take me till the end of time to read and understand all that documentation. I just hope from now on, the Wall of Samiel will only mark the place where sandstorms end, rather than my folks' hopes and dreams. Most mercs are looking to make their fortune and leave their mark. They take on the hardest jobs they can find, hoping to earn as much mora and prestige as possible. Some are lucky enough to survive and become legends, while others disappear into the desert before anyone's learned their name. I don't have any grand aspirations, though. I just want to keep the people I care about safe, so they can live their lives in peace. Of course, I won't complain if I can make some extra mora along the way. I love my makeup box. Sometimes I take it out and reorganize it when I have the time. I keep all my powders and brushes in here, paid top mora for all of it. Just look at this texture. Isn't it just perfectly smooth? And even if you sweat or get caught in the rain, it doesn't run. You get what you pay for. Some clients are behind on their payments again, and a few of the guys got themselves into trouble during their last job. I'm not the boss, but somehow everything ends up being my problem. Candied Agelenok nuts. No contest. Easy to take on the road, and of course, delicious. Anything bitter. Nope. Keep it away from me. Can't stand it. This tastes amazing. I'd better not have any more, or I'll never be able to go back to my usual rations. Not bad. Compared to rations, anyway. You know, if nothing else, it's, filling, and if it fills you up, it's good grub. uh, Happy birthday! Reach into your pocket. Your present's already in there. How'd I do it? Just a little trick of the trade. Anyway, more importantly, I've booked us a real feast at Lombard's Tavern, so let's get ourselves over there. Huh? Oh, don't worry. I didn't invite any of the other mercs. Nah, that rowdy bunch is always getting into arguments. Not the kind of people you'd want at a birthday celebration. It'll just be me and you. Like it should be. Oh, come on, let's go. Huh, how about that? I really did get stronger. Hey, this feels good. I think I'll be able to hit quite a bit harder with my sword now. So much power! I have to go test this out. You down to spar with me or what? I never once imagined I could get to this level. All credit goes to you. What next? Do you have a job for me? Whatever it is, just say the word and I'll be there. Let's get it on! Buckle up! Look alive! Gloves off! You're dead meat! You asked for it! Well, how about that? I call dibs. I could make a tidy sum selling some of this. We've got ourselves a tough cookie. All right, playtime's over. Just great. Ugh. Pull yourself together. Get out before I drag you out. They got me good. I done messed up. Merc down. Your mommy teach you that? You ain't messing around! I got you, boss. Got a job for me? Time to get down to business.
Diluc of Mondstadt. Not interested in idle chit-chat. If you have things you want to get done, let me know. Guess we can rest a bit. You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time. I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? I don't need an umbrella, but you can use one if you need. Rain, if only you could cleanse the corrupt souls of this world. Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature throws at you. Some use the wind's whistling to drown out the sound of their crimes. No need for small talk. All that matters is that you were safe last night. Would you like to try the secret menu? Night has fallen. All right, see you next time. I'll make sure you leave safely. The legend of the Dark Knight hero. An interesting rumor. Just say the word if you need anything. For reimbursements, ask Elzer. You have already proven your determination. Well then, it is now time for you to witness my resolve. Visions are a light in the sea of darkness that surrounds those who have lost their way. But for those who have faith, they are little more than badges of conviction. Occasionally I'll work the bar at Angel's Share. The tavern is known for being the center of information in Mondstadt. What? Why do you ask? It's an owl, quietly watching its prey from the darkness, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Flawless. Kaya, you can only trust half of what he says, at best. I believe Lisa has the potential to become the most reliable of the knights, if she's willing. Trifling matters can become Jean's greatest enemy. Her unparalleled sense of responsibility is the sole reason why she still hasn't found her true calling. The land of Mondstadt, by the Animo Archon's grace, is bountiful. I see no need for the harvest forecasts of astrologers. Diona's attitude towards me is, how should I put it, rather rigid. I've yet to find the opportunity to speak with her properly. I'm not sure if it's an issue with my family line or... Oh? It's not? She simply despises alcohol? I never thought I'd come across another bartender like myself in Mondstadt. Grandmaster Varka. While I understand his disposition, I can make no sense of his actions. I've said too much already. I've long since left the Knights of Favonius. Forget I said anything.
Ah, yes. I've heard about her. She has her own convictions. Her determination to liberate herself from the shackles of her clan is praiseworthy. But she's joined the Knights of Favonius.
You have business to attend to? Huh? Knights of Favonius? I have nothing to say about them. We have different views, is all. It's been a long while since I played chess with anyone but my butler. I just so happen to have a moment. Care to play around? Checkmate. Still, it's been a while since someone tested me this much. Not bad. Be it chess or combat, you always seem to surprise me. Working with you is quite the novelty. So, I look forward to continuing to work with you, partner. The artwork in the manor? It's not mine. It's a collection that belonged to my late father. The darkness that seethes with evil, full of demons that must be vanquished, will take more than a blade to be torn asunder. You want to know what's in my glass? It's grape juice, my drink of choice. I don't like alcohol. It's just... I don't like how it feels in my mouth.
Oh, exquisite, unforgettable flavors. I can see the chef put their heart into this one. A fine dish. Thanks.
Happy birthday. This is an important day for you. So tell me, what is it you wish for? If it is within my power to bestow it upon you, I will give it my consideration. Power is necessary if we are to meet our objectives. What lies in wait for us? I rarely stop to think about it. No matter what dares to stand in my way, I must press forward. I've become stronger. Though it is still not enough, I will always face the darkness. For dawn to come, there must be those who dare to pierce the darkness with their light. I used to believe, if I was to stamp out evil, I would have to walk alone in darkness. However, seeing your perseverance, I know I was wrong. Friend, I owe you my thanks.
Ha! Ha! Your verdict is... burn! Time for retribution! Better than nothing. I suppose this will do. We'll need more where that came from. Is that all you've got? Damn you! You will pay for that! Careful! I see. Don't burn yourself out. Retreat! Where did I go wrong? There can be no excuse or defeat My flame has been extinguished. Ugh! Let's go. What's our objective? Let's finish this, swiftly. We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy. Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move. Every course of action has its risks. Be careful. Huh? Yeah! Ah! Flames, purge! Lay waste to the wicked! Dawn, break forth!
Diona, bartender of the Cat's Tail. I charge a hefty fee for private events. Huh? You didn't come here for a drink? Then I accept your invitation, I suppose. That stretch feels good. Lizard tail, pepper, star conch. What else do I need to create the most dreadfully disgusting cocktail? I wasn't waiting for you. I just happened to be resting. Rain! I hate rain. Let's go inside. I'm not scared of water. I just hate it when my clothes get wet. I'm not shaking. I'm not. Ooh, it's so cool to touch. Wow, it's so much fun. Ooh, look at the little white snowflakes dancing in the wind, to and fro, and isn't it beautiful? Come on, sit with me. Watch. Come on, let's go bask in the sun a bit. If you aren't coming, I'll just go by myself. Last chance. Are you coming or not? Morning! Can you hand me that can of salted loach from the cabinet? Time to destroy the wine industry. What? No, you heard nothing. I was saving this can of fish for when I was really hungry. Stop looking at it like that. Okay. I'll let you have a little taste, but nothing more. I failed. Again. Everyone loved my drinks. Don't try to comfort me. I don't need comforting. Without cat vision, will you be okay walking home in the dark? If you need me to escort you... What? There's lights? Well, who said anything about escorting you? Go on now. My ears and tail are no prop. They're real. Proof of my cat's line bloodline. It's only weird to you because you've never seen it before. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, fine. You could touch my ears for a second, but the tail is off limits. You want a non-alcoholic drink? No, that's not difficult, but it's meaningless. It doesn't have anything to do with my grand plan of destroying the wine industry of Mondstadt. I won't waste my time on such a drink. Here, I call this fantastic summer serendipity coral sparkling tea. I just made it one day when I was bored. Huh? You say it's popular? People are lining up to buy it? Don't be ridiculous. if you ever feel lonely, you can chat with me. I know lots of cool things. I'm a good, what's that called? Chatting partner. Yeah, a good chatting partner. Come chat with me. Lots. Okay? What's that? What's that? Let me see. Maybe I can add it to my next cocktail to give it a dreadful taste. Huh? It's just a strange-looking mushroom? Oh, how boring. How did I get my vision? Simple. Everyone in the Quetzalcoatl lineage gets one. Huh? Then why doesn't Giraffe have a vision? Oh no! The cat's out of the bag! Eek! Why should I tell you? Since you won't stop asking, and since we're friends, I'll tell you. One time, my daddy went missing on a hunt in a big storm. All I could think of was finding him, saving him. That's it. Are you happy now? Hey, do you think there are any exotic plants in Dragonspine? Maybe something with a deadly bitterness? Or something that numbs your mouth upon contact? I'm gonna pick a lot, and then... When it comes to butterflies, I'm the best at pouncing on... catching them. Hey, not in a fun way. I catch butterflies to add a nasty taste to my cocktails. I'm not a cat. Diluc! Oh, I can't stand him. If there was no Diluc, there'd be no Mondstadt wine industry. And if there was no Mondstadt wine industry, Daddy wouldn't drink. And if Daddy didn't drink, he would keep me company. Oh. How is it that even a captain is a disgusting booze hound? You know, the guy who's got that laugh. He downs drink after drink. Ugh. Venti? I'm not familiar with him. He's a bard? Oh, he must be that guy who sings tunes to entertain the drunkards. Well, then I don't like him. No, no, no! How come all my fans are drunk middle-aged men, while barbers are all young people? So stupid. Forget it. Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, a rare, mature adult who doesn't drink. But perhaps a little too earnest. 'Cause this is just me. Or are the Knights overdoing it a bit on protecting me, Alchemy genius? I wonder if he knows of a way to finally help me make a drink that people don't like. Lisa is so nice and gentle, but how could such a gentle person also be a regular drinker? Oh, why? Oh, there's really no hope for Mondstadt, is there? Xiangling once gave me a so awful it goes with nothing food combination she came up with, saying how it tasted absolutely terrible, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work. No use at all. All my little cat ears heard that night was, "One more cup of that good stuff." Every time Clee wants to play with me, I take her somewhere far from the tavern. Alcohol and explosives. Yeah, that's a dangerous combination. I mean, do I want to destroy the wine industry of Mondstadt? Yes, but not in that sense. I adore my daddy more than anyone else. He's the greatest. But Daddy after he drinks? Ugh. I must bring an end to the wine industry of Mondstadt. And soon. No time for chit-chat. Life as a mixologist is very busy. When I'm not at the tavern, I'm out collecting ingredients for new recipes, so unless something is urgent, don't bother me. You wouldn't ask me to meow like a cat, like those booze hounds at the tavern do, would you? I wouldn't do it. No way. I'm not some little house pet that just shakes my ears real cute and stretches my back. I'm Diona, destroyer of the wine industry. How did the destroyer of the wine industry become the Cat's Tail's mascot? You're asking this just to make fun of me. Ooh, you're awful. I won't be giving you any more drinks, not even water. Don't make me angry. I'm pretty tolerant, but don't even try to mess with me. I'm warning you. I bite when I get angry. Meow. But maybe I'd let you off easy. No bites. You and me, we're good friends now, right? I kind of remember having a friend like this before, but maybe it was a dream. Here, give me your hand. Nice and warm. Very nice. Please don't leave me and become another dream. I enjoy hunting. I'm especially good at tracking down prey. But Daddy says that the wild is dangerous. One should only go deep into the forest with a reliable adult. You're a reliable adult, right? How can I make awful-tasting drinks? I had high hopes for the soy sauce, milk, giant chili, and dandelion seed cocktail, my most nightmarish combination to date. But even that was met with praise at the tavern. This is little Diona's best drink yet. Ooh! But I won't give up. Love to eat fish. The fish Daddy cooks is the best. A perfect main course. But eating fish as drunk food? That's absolute blasphemy. Carrots, potatoes, onions, tomatoes. Yeah, I don't like the taste of any of those vegetables. In fact, I don't eat vegetables at all. I just want to ask you this. Will you bring more of it next time? I'll admit, that was pretty sweet. But that doesn't mean I haven't had sweeter. Hey! What do you take me for? Some sort of stray cat? Nah! Here you go. Fried fish with my special sauce. Relax, I didn't add anything strange. My cooking is actually really good when I want it to be. Stop talking and try it already. That's better. Oh, and, happy birthday! A cat's eyes can see even the most elusive prey in the dark. A cat's ears can hear even the softest footsteps on the ground. A cat's legs can climb even the tallest tree in all of Teyvat. A cat's nose can smell those people they are familiar with and like. You're mistaken. How could I say something like that? Yeah! Pew pew! On the rocks! Shaken and stirred! Scratched ya! Think you can bully me? Diona Special! Can't handle your drink, huh? Look at you, booze hound! Ha! I'm here. Let's go, let's go! Whew. Whew. I'm flying! If it doesn't ruin a drink, it isn't treasure. So glittery! Must control urge to pounce. Potential treasure? All right, curiosity. You win again. I won't accept defeat. Meow. It's not over yet. Be more careful. Take a breather. Ugh. Oh, I smell wine. Spring Fairy, don't leave me. Can't keep my eyes open. Got me that time. Where'd that come from? The hunt begins. Need my help as usual? Leave it to me. Oh, well, if it isn't the renowned traveler. I'm Dori Sangamabe, a traveling merchant. As an introductory gift, you can enjoy a 10% discount on all my wares and merchandise. Feel free to have a look. I'll even help package up your purchase. Free of charge. I love Mora, and Mora loves me. I make Mora, and it makes me happy. La 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 la. First, I mark up the price by 30%, and then I offer a 20% discount. More Mora for me, and the customers still feel like they're getting a bargain. Now that's what I call a win-win. With enough Mora, you can afford to do anything, even take on the academia. Need to stay dry? I have just the thing. This specialty umbrella collects and purifies rainwater, turning it into drinking water that is conveniently stored in this compact container. A real must-have for a traveler like yourself. And all that for only 500,000 Mora. I bet even the caravans can't move under these conditions. I'm losing Mora here. Oh! Check out my fully automatic snowball maker. It's one of a kind. Wanna give it a try? I'll even throw in a 5% discount on the rental. There's nothing more beautiful than shiny Mora, glittering in the sun. You gotta be kidding! Who would be crossing the desert on such a windy day? Oh, silly toadstools. What's that? Oh, I can get them out of there, of course. But I'll have to triple my usual price. Good morning. Last night, I had a dream filled with lovely, round, shiny Mora. Seems like today, I'm gonna make a fortune. You want to take a nap? I can offer you a soft, fluffy cushion that will perfectly conform to the contour of your back. Of course, the level of comfort also depends on how much more you're willing to pay. Traveling at night can be a real challenge, but for a seasoned merchant like me, let's walk in the park. Trying to sleep? All right, I'll be generous and let you try my Mora hypnosis. Don't say I never gave you anything. It goes like this. 10,000 Mora in my coin purse. 20,000 Mora in my coin purse. 30,000 Mora in my coin purse. 40,000 Mora. Mora. Welcome to Dori's Divine Bazaar. Everything you need with service you can rely on. You name it, we've got it. Questions or troubles? I'm here to personally assist you. I tend to avoid people from the academia. All those rules and regulations of theirs make it nearly impossible to do good business. Although, those from the Ksharawar tend to be a little more sensible. Between the two of us, they signed a private contract with me. I have the Mora, they have the technology and crafting techniques. This collaboration will practically roll in opportunities for my business. A Dori deal is always a lucrative deal. Planning travel in Sumeru? The desert can be pretty dangerous, you know. But don't worry, Dori's always got your back. Ta-da! This is the Desert Survival Kit, available to you for only 5 million Mora. Buy it now, and I'll throw in an additional Rainforest Survival Kit free of charge. This deal is available for a limited time only, so don't miss your chance. My Mora is mine, and your Mora is mine too. Fine. I'll be honest with you. The desert and rainforest survival kits are worth 2.5 million Mora each. But buy one, get one free sure sounds like a good bargain, doesn't it? Wow. Just look at it. My vision is so shiny and beautiful, isn't it? Don't you think you should pay me a fee for the privilege of seeing such an exquisite beauty? Once, some stupid toadstools thought they could get away with not paying what they owed. Little did they know who they were messing with. Can you guess what happened to them? If weasel thieves could talk, I bet we'd have a lot in common. What they love most in all of Teyvat is, of course, shiny Mora. Sounds like they've got good heads on their shoulders, if you ask me. You'd like to see a sumpter beast? No problem. I've got more than you could ever dream of. I'd be happy to let you see them. For a fee. You could say I know him. After all, I was the only merchant in all Sumeru who could acquire the full range of Genius Invocation TCG merch for him. Not bad, huh? I've gotta admit, it's pretty rare to see anyone from the academia like him. Independent and with a good head on his shoulders. Plus, he's never been one to haggle over prices. He loves learning as much as I love Mora. I heard he makes a lot of little interesting gadgets, but he refuses to partner with me to mass-produce them. He always says he's too busy with work, but really, it's just an excuse. A shame, really. We could make an absolute fortune. He once came nosing around, asking my minions some questions to see what he could find out. Like I said, those academia people are just pig-headed and dishonest. Why should I take the risk of others prying into my business? Right, my young apprentice? Ah, yeah. He's one of the Kasharuar people that I work with. Unlike the more close-minded people at the academia, he actually has his own dreams that he's fighting for. I, for one, really respect that. I secretly lent him some Mora, and I mean a lot of Mora, to build my Palace of Alcazar's array. One thing's for sure. Without Dori, the benevolent benefactor, Kaveh would not be where he is today. I hire her to help escort my caravans from time to time. After all, she's got the muscle, and her price is reasonable. When it comes to cost-performance ratio, she's always the best pick. Before Rex Lapis parted from this world, I'd say a little prayer every morning. Oh, great God of wealth up above, please bless my day with more Mora to love. But, now, I guess I just pray to myself. Oh, divine Dori, right here and now, please bless my day with more Mora to count. In Sumeru, Lesser Lord Kusanali has very few believers. Am I one? If she's willing to pay me, I'd be her loyal believer for all eternity. She's a good dancer, but definitely not making the most of her time by staying in Sumeru. I mean, it's a complete waste of her talent. If I took her on tour across all Teyvat, do you have any idea how much more I'd rake in? Alice's range of eccentric novelties knows no end, which makes her by far my best supplier. Now that I've told you my trade secret, I think you should catch up on your tuition fees, Come on, pay up. She delivered several orders to me when I was stocking up on goods from outside of Sumeru. Her service is great and her prices are low. Oh, I think she's into pretty accessories. And I happen to have some handmade Sumeru specialties on sale. Wanna buy some as a gift for her? I can give you a discount. You wanna hear some stories? All right. It'll cost you 1,000,000 Mora. Well... Okay, out of respect for our friendship, I guess I can give you a 1% discount. So that'll be 990,000 Mora. Pretty good deal if you ask me. You've got a good head on your shoulders. I'll tell you a story about a merchant. A long, long time ago, a merchant lost her way while she was out on the road. It wasn't long before she encountered a fog div. Just as the fog div was about to eat her alive, she said in a panic, "Wait, Mr. Fog Div, don't eat me. I've got a story to tell you. Please, have a listen, and if you like what you hear, then perhaps you would spare me." The Fog Div agreed to listen, and the merchant began to tell her story. It was about herself, from a time when business was not doing so well. Just as she was beginning to feel helpless, she happened to find a magic lamp in her warehouse. She began to polish the lamp when all of a sudden, a puff of red smoke came out. The smoke spoke to her and claimed to be the genie of beauty and kindness. The merchant somehow reminded the genie of her own lovely daughter, so she kindly offered to grant the merchant a wish.
What could a merchant ever desire more than the prospect of more mora? So, the merchant wished that she could earn more mora in the future than she could ever hope to count. The genie of beauty and kindness agreed and became the merchant's supplier, providing her with magical and fantastic goods. The merchant soon went on to make a fortune. Hearing the merchant's story, the fog div became very puzzled. The div and the genie were obviously of the same species, so how come the div couldn't perform any magic? The merchant praised the fog div's potential, saying that it too would surely gain the genie's great power if only it were to stay in the same magic lamp. The fog div agreed and entered the merchant's magic lamp. Is this a real story? Backstory details cost extra. Give me another 990,000 mora, and I'll tell you. Hobbies? Sure, I've got tons of hobbies. First, there's earning mora, and then there's counting mora. Oh, and then I like to look at mora. Mora. Nothing in the world makes me happier. I always have people coming to me with business proposals that could yield only 30% profit. I'm a busy lady, you know. Please, anything under 100% profit, I don't even want to hear about it. I hear there's a dish in Liyue called mora meat. With a name like that, I know it's gotta be delicious. What? You know how to make it? Well, you have been my apprentice for some time now, and you must have learned a lot from me. So, in exchange for all that you've learned, why don't you cook some more meat for me? Well, what are you waiting for? I can't stand anything that's dark and burnt-looking. You know, like charcoal-baked Agelena cakes. I will never even touch them. Even if you paid me 1,000,000 more, well, if that were the case, maybe I'd consider it. Yummy! What do you say we partner up, You could also be my personal chef. Oh, so my apprentice knows their way around a kitchen, huh? All right, let me order something. You expect me to eat this? You better compensate me for the mental trauma. Today, I can grant you one wish. After all, I am the great and almighty Dori. Go on, tell me, what do you wish for? But let me just tell you now that a lifetime supply of mora is off the table. Does this mean you're investing in me? I always knew you had a good head on your shoulders. The mora, the merrier. Wow, this is like having a bottomless coin pouch filled with endless power. Congratulations! You are now a VIP customer of the illustrious Lord Sangima Bay. This entitles you to enjoy a 20% discount on all future purchases. You're also the first VIP customer ever, so make good use of it. Watch this! Your mora's mine! Shazam! Magic lamp! Here's the goods! Let's sweeten the deal! We'll split it, 50-50. Show me the goods! I'll take it all. Hands off my Mora! Help! I'm being robbed! Protect the Mora! I'll help for a price! You can't spend Mora dead, numbskull! Must earn more Mora. Not again. Guess there's some things Mora can't buy. Mind the merchandise! No can do! You big bully! That's a deal breaker! Come on, let's go. There's a fortune to be made. Hurry up. Mora waits for no one. So, what's the deal?
Captain Eula Lawrence, Spindrift Knight, Knights of Favonia's Reconnaissance Company. I extend to you my greetings. Huh? What's that? Yes, Lawrence, the evil aristocrats of historical infamy. Oh, we're still very much evil. Just look at me. I'm infiltrating the inner ranks of the Knights of Favonius, all as part of a diabolical plan to exact our revenge and reclaim our former glory. Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail. You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words. Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously. Quick! Under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious, and if that happens... Well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I? This weather is a hindrance. The thunder drowns out all other sounds, hampering my perception of the surrounding environment. Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity in the area. Rise and shine. The 2-hour period before sunrise is the perfect time to strike, because the sentries are getting drowsy towards the end of their long night shift. Go easy on the grains at lunch and fill up on lean meat instead. If you get drowsy in the afternoon, anyone who's looking for an opportunity to take you down will make their move. May the gentle breeze softly send thee into a sweet sleep. One of a select few aristocratic pleasantries that's actually quite lovely. Would you like to hear a lullaby on the bone whistle? It'll send you into a deep and everlasting sleep. No. When it comes to my revenge, far more imaginative means of retribution are in order. The easiest way to destroy your enemy is to take them down from the inside, right? That's why I joined the Knights of Favonius. Since I'm a genuine Knight of Favonius, I fulfill my duties like any other self-respecting individual would. Look, I may be a descendant of a disgraced ruling elite, but I'm not a total degenerate. The role of a scout is to hunt down enemy troops, or fend off the enemy in side skirmishes away from the main battle. There aren't a whole lot of rules, which suits my style very well indeed. Not all customs of the Lawrence clan are despicable. At least the dance of sacrifice is pure and noble. It puts my mind at ease and gives me comfort. It's been years, but it's still dear to me. My body remembers every step that Well, anyway, to end this digression, those who wish to master my signature Favonius bladework technique have to pass my dance class first. We're not so different, you and I. We're both outsiders in Mondstadt. Difference is, Mondstadt welcomes you with open arms, but they treat me with hostility and suspicion. Our feud is for the long term, so rather than get payback on a piecemeal basis, I think I'll make things easier for myself and wait for a day when I can settle the score once and for all. It could be in 10 years, could even be 20. But don't worry, I won't forget. In the meantime, I'll need you to take good care of yourself and have a happy, healthy life, okay? Descendant of a depraved dynasty isn't the most flattering reputation to have. The only way I can shake it for good is if I keep avenging my kin in my own way. Those who desire vengeance need power first, so it makes sense that I would get a vision. My bone whistle makes a versatile range of sounds, which comes in handy for confusing the enemy. I often use it to imitate the sound of the sea, which is where I get my title of Spindrift Knight. This despite the fact that the bone whistle is actually a Liyue tradition. But then again, no one seems to look too closely into that kind of thing. I mean, they took me on, and I'm an exile of Mondstadt, trained by an outcast of Liyue. Technically, aged dandelion wine should be poured into a silver goblet and allowed to breathe for 12 minutes. Then you're supposed to add ice cubes, ideally so 60% of the ice is submerged beneath the wine. I refuse to do all that, though. It's not worth the hassle. Why do mist flowers have to be so rare? The powder they produce works wonders for the bone whistle. It gives a crisper, clearer sound. Amber's someone who thinks for herself. On the day I first joined the Knights, she cleaned my dormitory and gave me a tour of the headquarters. And she's helped me with a myriad of other things in the time since. Now, everyone looks at me like the older sibling who needs the younger sibling to do everything for them. For this, she must pay. The acting Grandmaster's family and mine are sworn enemies, but she draws a clear line between professional and personal matters. She saw I was capable, admitted me into the Knights, and gave me lots of opportunities. So, when the time comes for vengeance, I'll afford her a reasonably soft landing. She's so annoying. She must have read thousands of books. Could even be tens of thousands. Meaning, she can effortlessly recall any number of vile tales about the Lawrence clan's corruption off the top of her head, accurate down to the exact date. Logically speaking, she'd be the perfect person to talk to about someone I'd like to track down, but swallowing my pride would be too great a challenge. Everyone loves her. What's her secret? Maybe I could learn a thing or two from her. Or maybe not. I can't imagine a shining idol would want anything to do with a descendant of a depraved dynasty. The Grandmaster. He doesn't like to beat around the bush and has no care for rumors or trivial matters. A good guy, I guess. I sparred with him once, which ended in a tie, but his relaxed expression and leisurely attitude clearly indicated that he had been holding back the whole time. Such indignity. I will not let it go. I heard that bard sing a few songs about the Lawrence clan. They were light-hearted and funny stories that mocked the clan in a way I've never heard anyone else do. Even I couldn't help but burst out laughing. And for this, he must pay. Free from social mores and other people's opinions, and no family obligations. Must be an easy life. The alchemist. She once gave me a piece of equipment and told me it would help me infiltrate an Abyss Order camp undetected. In reality, it caused a huge explosion that completely blew my cover, and before I knew it, I was being accosted by 13 Mighta churls. Afterwards, I marched straight back there, intending to make her pay for what she had done. But when I saw how panicked and sheepish she looked, and watched her post her results on the wall with the word fail, I couldn't bring myself to go through with it. After all, I didn't get hurt, just a little disheveled, and a little humiliated. I don't get along with some of the knights, and he doesn't think much of them in general, so you'd think that would make us allies. But the way he always acts so aloof, he's even worse than acting Grandmaster Jean. I want nothing to do with him. Diona? She's a miracle worker when it comes to making cocktails, and to my surprise, we get along really well. She infiltrated a tavern with the hopes of tearing down the wine industry, while I infiltrated the knights to exact my revenge on them. A kindred spirit, it seems. This one's a long story. We ended up saving her life once when we were tracking down a batch of dangerous cargo that belonged to the Abyss Order. The Abyss Order had packed it up like regular cargo and wanted it shipped from Dornman Port to Liyue Harbor. She was acting as a consultant for the merchant vessel, where she discovered something in the cargo, and then began to investigate, putting herself in grave danger. Had we arrived just a few minutes later, it's likely she wouldn't have been so fortunate. We've kept in touch ever since. I like how smart she is. She knows the rules, but she also knows how to be flexible and act according to the situation. A few of the knights would do well to take a leaf out of her book. Also, with her smarts, maybe she could help me track someone down that I've been looking for. She does owe me a favor from last time, after all. When Mika was assigned to the reconnaissance company, I thought he'd only last a few days, just like the others before him. But he surprised me. He never made a peep, but he completed all of his tasks quite admirably. He even volunteered to run errands for me and assist with communication. I don't know who is going around telling people that I need looking after. Mika's personality hasn't changed one bit since he's been out with the expedition, though his abilities have improved significantly. The Grand Master is clearly making sure nobody neglects their training. Mika's unaware of his own improvement? It must be one of his blind spots. Or perhaps he's just being humble. Either way, things like this don't escape me. I know my team. The life of a Lawrence doesn't include much worth talking about. Basically, whatever you say, whatever you do, people will always despise you and treat you like a potential threat to society. It's nowhere near as bad as it used to be, though. Before I joined the Knights, good grief, I couldn't even buy groceries. Even Good Hunter and Mondstadt General Goods wouldn't take my money. I literally had to go out and hunt my own food and cook it over a campfire if I wanted to eat dinner. People tell me that if I just spoke more softly, or was more polite, or acted more deferentially, others may find it easier to forgive me. But the only reason they think that way is because they've never been branded a pariah before. There is no easy path to redemption when you're a social pariah. I'm more inclined to stop tiptoeing around everyone all the time and just get out there and make them respect me the old-fashioned way. As in, we square off, and if they win, I humbly accept my punishment. But if they lose, they must acquiesce to my demands. Such as... well, if I want to buy a loaf of bread, take my darn money for crying out loud. The Knights of Favonius are actually fairly reasonable. At the very least, they reward merit and not social status. The reason they invited me to join their ranks is because I'd sparred with some of their crack troops and won through my own sheer skill. Being an insider in the organization will make getting revenge much easier, as it removes many of life's complications, so what's not to love? The name Lawrence only became a social stigma after the clan fell from grace. It was once an honor to be called a Lawrence, but unfortunately, most people have forgotten about that part of history. The Grand Master says that I am performing rather well as a knight, and that if it's not enough to restore the honor of the Lawrence name, it's certainly a strong rebuttal against the one-sided opinions so many people throw around. I'm quite satisfied with that appraisal. If my family members refuse to change their corrupt ways, or worse, continue to cause active harm in Mondstadt, I should be the one to end them, along with the Lawrence name itself. For once, it'd be a family obligation I'd actually enjoy. And once the deed was done, I'd be free to pick any name I wanted. Or even let you pick one for me. I'm into all sorts of cool things. Sipping a nice cold drink, sitting in a canyon feeling the biting wind howl past my face, or diving into the lake at the foot of Dragon's Spine. Waiting for you to stroll by unsuspectingly, so I can sneak up behind you and drag you down into the icy depths. Sometimes, when it's busy in the tavern, they ask me to share a table with other customers. But once they find out that I'm a Lawrence, suddenly everyone gets indignant and provocative, and starts trying to bait me out in some way. I just want to have a drink. Is that too much to ask? I like making my own treats. Not always your typical sweet treats, though. For example, a chilled tomato and aspic jelly egg roll pairs very nicely with an ice-cold glass of berry and mint punch. The most important thing is that they leave the people who like eating them with big smiles on their faces. I can't stand a rich broth. The flavor is too overpowering. It's so filling you can't train or fight afterward. And also, it doesn't really work as field rations. Simply put, broth and I are sworn enemies. Oh, are you putting me to the test? Challenge accepted. Not that great. How about you try it? Ugh, the nerve on you! Are you exacting revenge? Today is a day worth observing, though you shouldn't mark your development in age alone. Accept my gift of a bone whistle and allow me to teach you its secrets. When your day of reckoning comes, see how long you can fend me off with it. It'll make the whole thing much more exciting. My fighting skills just got a whole lot stronger. But I shouldn't get too conceited just yet. There are some truly formidable knights among our ranks, and I must outperform them immeasurably if I wish to defeat them and avenge my clan. Good. With this much power, I dare say even the acting Grand Master herself would be no match for me. How strange. In the time I've spent with you, my strength seems to have improved exceptionally quickly. I suppose I was rather fortunate to make an enemy of you. I'd better dig my teeth in to make sure you can't get away. Excellent. The unstoppable power of an immovable glacier dwells within me now, and no Grand Master, acting or otherwise, can stand in my way. There is no time to delay. I must devise my plan and unleash my attack. Once I have crushed the Knights of Favonius beneath my heel, my next target is you. Don't try to run. Stand beside me and witness all that must come to pass. Beg for mercy. Shudder. Crush. I condemn you. Rack and ruin. Eye for an eye. Flood of frost. Freeze to the core. Vengeance will be mine. More speed. Time to scout. What do we have here? I can put these to good use. At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan. The odds are against us. Let us cross swords. Well met. I'll take it from here. Disengage. That's an order. What a sorry sight. I'll be back with a vengeance. Guess I got my comeuppance. Touché. Good grief. Ready for reconnaissance. I'll scout ahead. What's your battle plan?
Here's the Academia's Distinguished Scholar Award. This is the Sumeru Puzzlers League Lifetime Achievement Award. And there's something from the Synopsium on Ruin Mechanisms. What do you think? Got any interest in becoming my student? Just as a note, I am from the Haravatat Darshan. You'll get lost if you try to find me in the halls of Kasharawar. 100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the Academia. What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Faruzan, and I'll see if I can pick that up. Academic research isn't some kind of fad. Topics don't just go in and out of fashion. I haven't been a child for many, many years, so I don't see any reason to be excited about the rain. Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age. How beautiful. How awe-inspiring. Achoo! Yes, and very cold-inducing as well. How cozy. A breezy, open environment really is the best. Hey, how did we circle back here again? Youngster, there's nothing quite like an enthusiastic greeting to start your morning. Try to remember now. What are you supposed to say? I'm starting to get hungry. How about we go get something from the Grand Bazaar? Anything goes, as long as it's not overly innovative.
Don't act so surprised. Scholars of every generation pull all-nighters for the research. After all, the night offers a precious opportunity to contemplate ideas and topics in peace. This ancient text is making my head spin. Let's call it a night here and get some rest. I'll be heading to bed as well, so good night. What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Wait, did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question? I want my students to truly enjoy the study of ancient texts. If I can't find anyone like that, then I just won't take on any students. Oh, right. About finding someone to help me with my work. Well, it's pretty reasonable for students to help their mentors when they have some free time, right? I mean, even I did that back in the day. Serious question. Why don't you become my student? I'll tailor research topics to your needs and thoroughly explain everything you need to know. We can focus on practical ways to unlock modern-age puzzle mechanisms and build on that with some work on the deciphering of associated texts. I've walked the walk, so I can promise you that everything you'd learn would be a great boon for your future adventures. There's no reason not to trust me. When I was trapped, I spent so long solving puzzles that I became numb to even the flow of time. Now that I'm free again, I no longer have to face the puzzles of the world all on my own. Maybe we'll be able to spend some fun times together copying inscriptions, deciphering runes, and solving puzzles. Every minute should be savored. My illustrious resume aside, my intellectual capabilities have been acknowledged even by the Animo Archon himself. As for why I still can't find any students, well, it's not due to any fault on my part or that of my Darshan. Maybe it's a matter of timing. I also received my vision at precisely an opportune moment after all. Going forward, Ksharawar will be the only Darshan dedicated to the study of mechanisms. If you ask me, the Ksharawar scholars have gotten way ahead of themselves. When I was cracking puzzles all over Sumeru, they were still playing with rudimentary building blocks. Those geezers at Haravatad love to decline my funding requests with the excuse that my research is becoming too niche and impractical. By that logic, since we're still the Darshan with the lowest enrollment numbers, we might as well close our doors altogether. I've visited numerous ruins of all shapes and sizes and interpreted what scant texts and symbols I could find. Ruined drakes are indeed mechanisms of the highest order. Well, perhaps mechanism isn't the best word for them. You could argue that they're antiquated living organisms that have managed to survive until the present day. Knowledge is naturally something that cannot be limited or restrained. It's like how Ksharawar can utilize Haravatad's research findings. All scholars will be grateful to Lesser Lord Kusanali for releasing the academia. No, the entire city of wisdom from the shackles of selfish desires. All who thirst for knowledge are now afforded the opportunity to search for treasures in the vast sea of knowledge. One of my favorite projects is researching rainforest ruins. Oh, right. I should ask Tainari to come with me next time. It's always fun to travel with a living copy of the Rainforest Survival Guide. I must say, even though I've been around for more than 100 years, he's seen far more varieties of fungi than I've had the chance to taste. Ah, Kale. She's respectful toward her elders, diligent, and has a hard-working attitude. Truly the perfect student. Children like her deserve all the affection and praise. Tainari really has no reason to be as strict as he has been. I need to find a way to win her over. What I meant to say was, as a senior scholar, I should find ways to improve the learning environment of younger students. Sino's jokes are composed using modern words and language patterns, but I still struggle to decipher any hidden meaning from his grammar and prose. Huh? It's all just literal meanings and homophones? Really? Then those jokes don't have any substance at all. Sometimes she'll lower her head and keep her distance when she sees me. However, she's all smiles and greetings at night. I don't quite get her. Anyway, most kids in Ratawas are geniuses. A quirk or two isn't anything to concern myself with. Kave's a good kid with great potential. I had a casual chat with him once about some principles of mechanism construction. How should I put it? He's too much of an artsy romantic, but at least he has some original ideas, which is rare nowadays. I've heard that he's fallen on some hard times, so I'm planning to invite him out for a good meal once my funding gets approved. It'll happen soon, promise. I remember her. She's a courteous girl. I've only been to the Grand Bazaar a few times, but she's already remembered my name and face. And she's even tried to get the others to stop arguing with me. She really gets it. All youngsters should be more like her. Interested in my story? Well, Madame Faruzan's life started more than 100 years ago, and her story covers as much ground as some major academic publications. Still curious? Good. Willingness to learn is an indispensable trait for scholars. You've got one foot in the door. Solving a truly ancient mechanical puzzle requires deciphering a deluge of ancient texts. I don't mean to boast, but they're probably on a completely different level from the ones you've solved on your adventures. Oh, don't believe me? Then why don't you pick out some of the hardest ones you've done and show them to me? If I spend more than a half an hour on any of them, it's your win. If I didn't accidentally lose myself in that King Deshret ruin, I could have contributed even more to Sumeru. Thankfully, my manuscripts and treatises were still put to good use. Those freeloading Kasharawar used them to establish the fundamentals of the study of mechanisms. I'm not called Madame Faruzan for nothing, you know. As a scholar, I should have the courage to accept failure and shoulder all of its consequences. I never wanted anyone to pity me, whether it be back then or right now. Also, don't forget that I eventually managed to solve that final puzzle by my own power and freed myself from that accursed place. Instead of pity, shouldn't people feel encouragement and inspiration from my story? My field of study is nowhere as esteemed as it used to be, and Haravatat has refused me funding more than once. Every now and then, Kasharawar will try to invite me to teach under their banner, and the conditions they've offered me are truly out of this world. More students, a higher spending limit. I still turn them down, however. No matter what, someone has to keep studying niche topics so we can expand the frontiers of humanity's knowledge. Some greedy merchants and mercenaries tried to hawk antiques of unknown origin in Port Ormos at exorbitant prices, but their goods are nothing more than second-hand trash. I bust their scams whenever I catch sight of one. My skill in antiques appraisal is probably second only to the gods of the Seven. 100 years ago, my greatest source of frustration was my inability to decipher the information engraved on ruined monuments. Now nothing irritates me more than the struggle to get funding. It's making my head hurt again. You can improve the aroma of batter several times over if you bake it in the oven. Next time we're in the kitchen, I'll make some for you so you can get a taste of the flavors from my time. Since it'll be my super secret ancient recipe, I bet you won't find anything like it in the whole Grand Bazaar. There's a new dessert that they call Patisara pudding. Who decided to create it? Shouldn't puddings be made with rice? These culinary innovations are really getting out of hand. Ugh. Thank you. But there's really no need to share it with me, even if you made it yourself. This is tastier than the food at the most historic establishments. Could it be that the culinary arts haven't stopped improving? The appearance, smell, and taste of this dish are all excellent. Do you read a lot of professional cooking books? This indescribable taste. Ugh. Are you trying to get me to figure out what this is? Happy birthday! Here's a small toy for you. It's an assembly of a number of miniature puzzle mechanisms. You can find a button and lever here, as well as a roller to the side. Just play with it however you want, and I'll take care of it if it breaks. And don't think I'm treating you like a child. Everyone, regardless of age, could use a moment of happiness and relaxation. Aren't you an energetic youngster? So enthusiastic, even about collecting materials. Oh, have you unlocked some kind of mechanism? A continuous current of power is streaming in. You're really putting a lot into this. Don't worry, it's my responsibility as your senior to guide and protect you. I won't let you go astray. The past 100 years have only afforded me the glimpse of Spindrift floating upon the endless sea of wisdom. As for the fields and puzzles that remain to be studied and explored, it'll be up to you and I to reveal their secrets. Too late for regrets! Dare to mess with me? We'll see about that! Gears of the Storm! Have fun with this gift! Truth repeats its course. A historical artifact? Never mind. A find that was worth the trip. Here you go. Thank you, Madame Faruzan. This isn't new. This setback is nothing. Don't underestimate me. Careful, don't lose your life. Watch and learn, youngster. The puzzle is still unsolved. A scholar's journey shouldn't end. Time didn't stop for me. Wretched dastard! No sense of respect! Need the help of an elder, huh? Been a while since I've limbered up. Sure, I'll hang out with you youngsters.